man that her mother was very sick and needed to come and show her. And the girls was only the one that was supposed to come. So we came to the town up here to see them off. And then the Soswagio, the reverend for the Catholic Church, we were supposed to stay with them in Vilufi. So we all came and see them off. So when they got off, getting to the boat, to take them to the main boat that was parked out in the ocean, and we started crying, and Grandma said, "You guys want to go? Go feel, yeah. So my dad, with his eyes open, I was like, what the hell? So we all jump in, and then my mom told the reverend and the wife, sorry, she can't leave us behind. She already had everything, taken care of. Yeah, everything was ready. So when we got to Chuila, it's an 8-hour ride on a boat.
Wow.
So when we get to Chuila was at night. It was like around 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then one of Tina's cousins or relatives, Sotoa, came and picked us up. And then took us to their house in Whangalu, and we spent the night there. Then in the morning, the bus came and picked us up at Sotoa's house, and then take us to Chula.
Wow.
And when we got to Chula, well, and the meantime, Grandpa thought, the old lady was sick. And we got to Chula, the old lady was pulling weeds in the front yard, in her front yard. And then I remember the old lady said to mom said, "I thought the old lady is sick."
No funny.
Yeah.
So Grandpa, was he okay after that? Like,
oh yeah, he was okay.
He had to be okay because Grandma wasn't going back. He had no choice.
Yeah. So then they talked about we were sleeping and then they made the old man agree to it because Grandma, it was only Grandma living alone there.
oh,
And then so the next day, Tina got us, all the kids, and said, "Okay, you guys are gonna stay with Grandma. Yeah, Grandma, make sure you guys and we're gonna go to Bolu, and so Grandpa can say his goodbye and to his family, his brother Augusto and Purai and the rest of the family." So they went and then came back, and that was the end of Bolu. And then in 1958, the old lady, our grandma, came to Hawaii, and then the next one was on a list of coming to Hawaii was Tama and Augusto. So they came and then they stayed with Aunty Feesago.
yep. Oh man.
Yeah, Aunty Feesago and her family. So, and then in beginning of '59, Yohanga, me, and Sefo came. And that's when you have to stop at this small island called Canton
Yeah.
to refuel the plane and continue on to Hawaii. So, and that's an 8-hour flight from Samoa to Canton, I think.
Canton, yep.
And then another 8 from Canton to Hawaii.
Because we didn't have jets. So it was all propeller.
Propeller.
Yeah.
Were those some seaplanes or?
No,
Yeah. It was just propellers, you know, it wasn't jets.
there were no jets.
Yeah,
That's when there was no jets.
But it was, I loved to get that. And that's the only thing I remember about our flight was Canton. Because you got all the cookies and drinks that you could
Right.
have. You know, and for a Samoan kid that doesn't, you know, like, oh my God, only cookie.
That's awesome.
Oh.
But your time in Tula, when you stayed with your grandma, what are the most memories that you have? Like, what's your favorite memory with her there in Samoa compared to when she was in Hawaii?
What's that?
What was your favorite memory of your grandma when you stayed in Tula compared to when she was in Hawaii? What's your favorite?
Still the same. So when we came to Hawaii, of course, me was her favorite, you know.
Yes, let's get that really clear. He was the favorite of the family. I mean, there was nothing he could do wrong in our grandmother's eyes. Augusto and Sefo, you know, Sefo was too young, but Augusto, you know, he was our gambler and, you know, Mr. Know-It-All. But anything,
He was a laie boy.
yeah, he was a laie boy. Anything that Uli wanted, Grandma made sure that he got it.
Oh yeah.
Anything. Anything. Yes, we all knew that was his favorite. That one. Now, just like we all know that Augusto is Grandma's favorite, you know. Even though they swear up and down, no, they're not. No, they're not. But I'll tell you something about our mother. The courage that she had to go back to Upolu. She still, you know, she told us all about when they came back. Not one of the family spoke to her. They went
when they went back.
to get. It was to say goodbye and pack up all the stuff, you know, because our dad didn't know we were coming to stay. So they went to get. The boys didn't have anything, right? So they went to get all the whatever was left in Luffy. So they went to Luffy. They packed up everything. The Soswangi and his family came over and they helped. The girl that I named after, Silia, she came and helped and stuff and packed. And then they, you know, they were only there for a couple of days. And then they backed up. Grandpa went to Alamangoko at that time. That's where the old lady and the old man were living in Alamangoko, and then they passed away. But Augusto and Nia were living there temporarily, I guess. They were getting ready to go to Mofuali or wherever it was. Anyway, they went, Grandpa went. They didn't say a word to Grandma.
Wow.
Not a word. She said, Nia, all of them, they turned their back on her like she was nothing. Even though, you know, she was Kaukua for the last name or for the Matai name of Feesago in Luffy, almost all of her married life, they turned their back on her. And, you know, like she was nothing. And she said, that was it. I didn't care. I don't care. You know, I told Tama, if you want to stay, stay. But me and my kids, we're gone. We're not coming back at all. So, you know, and then I guess, you know, you look at that, and then in the 60s, when Grandpa's family found out where we were in Pomona, all of a sudden, here they are. They showed up at the door out of the clear blue sky. Uncle Augusto and Nia knocked on our door with the kings, Silia and Nick. And, and you know, that started this whole thing. But you know, and Grandma went out of her. You know how Grandma was. She went out of her way to make sure that they were comfortable, that they had enough to eat, that you know, and all that. So, like, you know, she held no grudges against his family whatsoever.
That's a powerful lesson, you know. I mean, if you think about it, to be able to turn the other foot and just, you know, I feel that the respect that she had for Grandpa, even though Grandpa followed her no matter what, because, you know, obviously he loved Grandma and his family. So if there was a better opportunity for him to go, and make a better life for themselves, and he took it.
Yeah, it was all for opportunity,
Yeah,
It really was.
She saw that, sure there's futures in Samoa, but very minimal.
yeah. But I mean, Grandma's a good example of like forgiveness and letting things go and just moving on, for the sake of her husband, because, no matter what, he still loves his family, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I think, what Nancy said today? I love that little quote she did. She said, ours is not to judge. We're not here to judge. We are here to love.
Yeah,
And that's exactly
very true.
what Grandma was.
yeah.
What's really cool is because she didn't feel like she done them anything wrong.
Right,
You
right,
know,
right.
So you are really like clean no matter what they did.
Yeah.
And they don't even see it like you guys like turn their backs on her and now you're coming into her.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
But you know what's amazing? I still can't get over that Grandma never saw Grandpa's paycheck until the old lady passed away in 1950.
And that's
He
a
worked
true
and the
South-
paycheck went to the grandma. I mean, to the mom.
To Grandpa's mom?
Yeah, to Palepa.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, she never saw his paycheck until she passed away in 1950.
Wow.
And then, but this whole time, she had to come up with ideas.
Yeah, she thought
on how to get money in order to feed us, and in order to
she thought outside the box.
yeah, and to Kaukua the Feesago name,
Yeah.
because she had to come up with everything.
Yeah.
Someone like the war.
Yeah, so it's I'm amazed at what she did in order to survive the 6-7 years or more that we lived in Luffy.
Yeah. No, for sure. That's powerful. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, I understand that. If anything, I can relate to that sometimes.
And I think that's where Augusto gets his ingenuity from.
Yeah.
Of different businesses to make money.
Yeah.
Like Grandma. I mean, who would ever think to
Think
do
outside
a
the
brew?
box.
To do a brew so that you can
Yeah.
sell and have your little boys go sell this beer, this moonshine.
But that's so smart, though. That's powerful right there to be able to create a side business just to, survive and make things. I mean, even when you guys went to Hawaii, think about all of the things that were creative to go make money for your family. Selling lace to the tourists and, doing all kinds of stuff. I mean, that's thinking outside the box. It may not be easy sometimes, but
She did not believe in living in welfare.
yeah.
No, we never, ever, ever took welfare from the church or from the government.
That's right.
None at all.
But she really believed in the power of opportunity. I mean, she pushed all of you guys to do that, to get good jobs, make good money, and and do that. I see that in Grandma for sure. Yeah, that's awesome.
But the only that I always remember Grandma. They had this candy in Hawaii called Violet.
Oh, I remember
those
Yeah.
Violet candies? To this day, every time I go to Hawaii and I find it, I buy a whole bunch because that's the smell I will always remember Grandma with.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, our Grandma Muli always had those violet candy.
Oh, you're talking about your grandma.
Yeah, our Grandma Muli.
Okay.
Her whole room smelled like violet.
That's crazy. So, real quick, because I know Grandma Muli, she was active in church, yes?
Mm-hmm.
She had a big testimony of the gospel. What was some of the things that that she taught you guys of, like, her testimony of God and Jesus Christ?
Maybe your dad might know, but from my perspective of our Grandma Muli, her testimony for the church was getting us up every morning at 5 o'clock and prayer. That's where we learned it. Her favorite song, our Grandma Muli, was Awole Mali Wesi. So we learned that. So there were 2 or 3 songs we learned because it was her favorite songs in the hymn. And so we know how to sing it without even the book and stuff. But every morning, other than Sunday, every morning at 5 o'clock, everyone had to get up to say prayer.
Yeah.
Now you can sleep on your pillow because she's got her eyes closed once he said the prayer. But we all had to get up, and at night we all had to say prayer. That, to me, that was her testimony of her belief in Jesus Christ. But she didn't talk to us too much about the church itself, because she knew that we were Catholic, and we were still walking to Kahuku for the Catholic Church. Other than her favorite, he got baptized. So
I know, and I was going to ask you that. So, did you get baptized because Grandma wanted you to, or did you feel like it was the right thing to do?
I really, because there was a missionary that I used to go to their house. They had missionaries that I didn't go to the missionary. So Grandma knew this Palangi.
the Palangi family, yeah.
Right. So I go there and I have lessons with them. So when I was ready to be baptized, I told Grandma, I really want to get baptized. So after we went to church in Kahuku in the morning, I came home. Then Grandma already packed my stuff, and then I take them to the church, in Laie, and then she gave me the bag, and then I go in a men's room, change, and then I go to church with them, and then they baptized. I got baptized in Ocean.
Yeah, right across the street from us.
Yeah, right across from the Polynesian Cultural Center.
Oh,
That's where they
okay.
used to do all the baptism. Oh no, it was by Clisso,
By Teresa's house, yep.
Yeah, right across from us.
Yep.
Well, we used to live on the highway. So after I got baptized, and the old man never. So when I came to California, the old man never knew that I was a member of the church. But until Grandma passed away, so her and your grandma was going through her stuff in her some boxes, and that's when Grandpa ran into my baptism paper.
So Grandma never knew?
Yeah,
No, Grandma knew.
Oh, Grandma knew, just Grandpa.
Yeah, it's Grandpa. And then, of course, Grandpa threw it to Grandma, what is this? You guys been doing this without my, So, make a long story short, he got upset, but what else can he do? I'm already a member.
And, well, did he talk to you about it at all after?
Yeah, he talked to me, and I told him, sorry, it was something that I really believe in it, and I wanted to do it, and I know he didn't agree with it, and he said, okay.
And did your Grandma Muli go to your baptism?
Of course.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she was there.
She had to be there because none of us were there.
That's crazy. That's pretty awesome, too, at the same time.